What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 5-3. Man, I'm back again, homies. I'm back again. Back again with the lay of the land, the lay of the land, the lay of the land. Listen, you can tell from the topic what this is finna be about. Um, as y'all know, I live in Alabama. But now that don't mean that my ear is not to the ground in what's going on in LA. And I'm heavily invested in what's going on in LA at this time. One of the and I'm speaking on the peace movement within the Crip faction of Los Angeles. Um, it's slow. It's an uphill battle, like I say. Can peace be attained? Yeah. Are there going to be people that's going to try to stand in the way? Yeah. Are there people standing in the way? Yes, there is. Um, you have certain dudes from certain sections that they not with it. They not with it. Um, but a lot of that is coming from the west side. Man, a lot of they beefs are older, and you know what I'm saying. I guess kind of hard to let go. But now we still have our factions on the east side that's going through it. Of course, as you know, Avalon, Avalon Gangster Crip, and the Faux Pack, namely Faux Trey Gangster Crips, um, are they enemies. I mean, basically to put it in no uncertain terms. This year right here makes, if I'm not mistaken, the 31 or 32 years now that we've been beefing with each other. Beefing with each other's bad. Um, a lot of stuff y'all don't hear about, so it's not as glamorized and publicized as some of the stuff that goes on the west side. But believe you me, that war is very, very detrimental. That war is very serious. That war has been going on for a very long time. It's been a lot of blood spilled, been a lot of funerals going to, and it's just wild. It's wild. And I, for one, know that it was very volatile, very dangerous war, because me as one was highly invested in it, and I participated in it very, very heavily when I was out in the 90s. Um, I'm glad to see the movement is coming around for people to put stuff to the side, man. For people to put it to the side. Um, and for me to say that is a very big leap. Anybody now, y'all out there in YouTube world, y'all don't know me. But for anybody that really, really knows me, for anybody that really, 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 really knows me, they know how I am. They know the stuff that I will do if they know me. Um, to the point to where, let me show you something. When at one time we had differences with the East Coasters. You know what I'm saying? At one time, Avalons and East Coasters didn't get along. Uh, to over the years, in the recent years, that has been put to the side. You know what I'm saying? You've seen the ceasefire and the come together with the East Coasters and the Broadways. Now those two sets been going at it way before we were even in that type of mix. So I'm glad to see that they put their problems to the side. But as years went on, yeah, Avalons and East Coasters kind of had a differences of opinions and a parting of the ways that eventually led to bloodshed and war. Um, I remember when I was paroling from Pelican Bay in '96, I got a good partner, a very, very good partner, man, that I've been knowing for a long, long time, man. And throughout the YA and prison system, man. And this dude right here is a rider. And I'm speaking on the homie Tank, better known as Lil Flux from Six Deuce East Coast. He was on the yard with me in Pelican Bay when I was paroling. And I never forget, right before I got out, when I paroled in 1996, right before I got out, I never forget, man, Flux came to me on the yard. And he said, Tune, like I say, he been knowing me for years, man. We go all the way back to YA. And, Flux seen me, what I'm saying, demonstrate before. And he came to me like, Tune, big homie, check this out. Let me holler at you, man. You go home such and such day. I'm like, yeah, homie, what's up? Let's walk the track. And we walking the track, and he was very candid with me. And he was aware of things that was happening on the streets that I wasn't even aware of. I was not at this time aware of how the Avalons and the East Coasters differences had escalated to where they had escalated to. I didn't find out till I got out. When I got out in '96, first day I got out though, my homies hit me to everything that was going on and what everything was. But anyway, when I was walking the track with Flux, he said, Tune, man, look, homie, man, you finna go home. Man, do me a favor, Tune. I'm like, cuz, what's up? You know what I'm saying? This was one of my loved ones, man, that I do anything for. Me and Flux go back, man. I'm talking about go back. He's a rider. I'm talking about a rider, cold rider. You know what I'm saying? Him and his big homeboy, shout out to Big Flux and Lil Flux. Two riders. He say, Tune, man, he said, man, don't, when you get out, don't, KILL, y'all know how YouTube be tripping. None of my homeboys. I'm like, huh? It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what are you talking about? He like, man, come on, Tune, man. You know how you are, man. You finna get out, man. You know how you get down on the street. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I know how I get down, but I didn't know what he was talking about because in my mind at that time, I had no intentions or qualms on doing anything toward, toward the East Coast or anything like that. But he just asked me. I'm like, all right, homie, all right. I just chalked it off. But now when I got out onto the streets and the homies pulled my coattail and wired me up to everything, I had been gone like almost 8 years. And when they pulled my coattail and wired me up to everything that was going on the streets, who we were into it with, who done got dropped, who done dropped these people, what people done dropped us and all this and that, I understood why he asked me that. I'm like, oh, okay. I understood because even down on our end in the 50s, it was some tit-a-tats back and forth, but it wasn't like it was down in the hundreds. The homies from 11-6 Avalon was going at it real hot and heavy with the 11-8 East Coasters. They was going. I'm talking about they was going at it. They was going at it. But now of course, one for all for one when it come to Avalon. The same with the coasters. You know what I'm saying? They gonna ride with each other the same way. So when I got out, all this hit me in the face. I'm like, what's going on? This, and this. And of course, the situation with us and the faux trays and all that, it had escalated from what it was when I was leaving in the 80s, in the late 80s, when I got locked up. Now when I got out in the 90s, this what it was. I'm like, whoa. And I had not known none of this. I wasn't getting a lot of information because I was always in the hole and I wasn't getting a lot of information on what was going on the street. So when I got out, they like, yeah, homie, man, because I mean, to be honest with you, the first day I got out, South Park was full. Man, South Park was full. I'm talking about full. I'm like, dang, man, Fire Trading got Disney? What, man? So I'm asking homies, I'm like, cuz, man, dang, man, you introduced me to the homies, cuz, woo. That's when they wired me up. Be like, well, cuz, everybody in the park, they ain't all from Avalon. I'm like, cuz, who are these fools? They like, man, there's some Broadways too. So, now I'm not gonna lie, it kind of threw me back a little bit. I'm like, Broadways? They like, yeah, homie, A's and ways, man. This what we doing now. Boo, boo, boo. I'm like, A's and ways, so that, they wired me up on that because, and this is something that a lot of dudes that get out of prison, they've been gone for a minute, they not privy to what's going on the streets. A lot of dudes get out and whatever was going on the street kind of hit them in the face and they like, oh, wow. So, they got to spin their mind to catch up with what's going on. So that's when when I first got, privy to the A's and ways, and homies was explaining to me then, cuz look, man, all they enemies are enemies, all our enemies they enemies. So boom, we hooked up, which kind of made a little sense to me. I'm like, all right, okay, we in the 50s, you know what I'm saying? It's a 50 thing. And we got the same enemies. Okay, well, why not? It was one of them type things. And as I was out back then during that time, our situation with the four trades was hot and heavy, man. It was, when I tell you it was hot and heavy, man. I don't know what y'all heard. I'm speaking to the people in LA. I don't know what y'all heard in different sections, but in them bottoms on that east side, man, it was guns a blazing. I'm talking about, it was guns a blazing, and it was funerals of attending. You know what I'm saying? It was going down, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know about it because, like I say, I was invested in it. I jumped off into that both feet. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, here we go. So we lost a lot of homies. When I say homies, I'm not just speaking on from Avalon. I'm speaking on Crips in general. A lot of lives was lost in the Crip on the Crip and on this Crip tip, man. Behind our war, a lot of people thought that I was gonna be one that would never, ever, never, ever look for peace with them cats, man. They thought I would never, ever even contemplate it. Contemplate it. And to be honest with you, when I first got out this time, oh, I wasn't with it. No. No, 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 no. I would have rather y'all know how afraid of snakes I am. I would have rather kissed a rattlesnake in the mouth than call peace with the four trays. And I was dead serious about that. You know what I'm saying? Very, very serious about it. Mm-mm. But now, they say time heals all wounds. Sitting down thinking about it, man. I'm out. Even though I'm back and forth from Alabama to California, back and forth from Alabama to LA, I'm looking at things. You know what I'm saying? And the longer I was out, the longer I had time to look at it and understand some things, man. And talking to different homies start coming to me with, man, these cats down here, man. I've been talking to some of them, and my homeboy Bull, to be exact. And he was talking to me, man. I've been talking to these cats, and I used to be mad at homie. I'd be like, "Cub, man, why you talking to them fools, homie? Man, why am I am?" You know. And I was preaching that hate to my little young homies. Boy, look here, like a mile a minute. And after he kept talking to me, man, I kept seeing things, till I got to one day. The homies say, "Cuz, no matter what, the homies that we've lost, we can't bring them back. We can't bring them back, Big Tune." He said the only thing this gonna lead to is us losing more and them losing more. Is that what we gonna keep doing? Till it ain't none of us left on the east side at all? And it hit me in the head, hit me in the chest. I thought about it. I say, "Cuz, you know what? You right. You right, homie. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the luxury of knocking each other off no more." And I use that word luxury with a grain of salt. I use that word luxury with a grain of salt, man. Might have shouldn't even use that word period, but we couldn't afford to keep on losing young black men on that east side, because we already an endangered species over there, man. We losing ground every day. We losing more and more ground. And I had to come to the realization that no, homie, I'm not gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna keep doing this. You know, I done did time with too many of them cats in prison. You know what I'm saying? Went to school with them and did too much time with so-called enemies behind that prison wall, man. And that I got cool with, done been in rides with back to back, sellied up with, and just been cool with, man. Now, for me to get out on the streets and continue to go that route? No, no, I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I don't. And I told myself I'm not gonna do it. So I jumped on the peace bandwagon, man, and it shocked a lot of my homies. A lot of my homies like, Tune, hold up, Tune, Robo Banger, Robo Banger, Robo Banger. He ready to lay it down? I'm ready to lay the foolishness down, homie. Cause like the homie say, we can't bring them back, man. So let's do what we can do to stop from losing more, you know? Um, Me personally have reached out to a few of the folk trades. I done talked to Ant Dog. I talked to Sinbad. I talked to Top Cat, you know? These are dudes I have talked to on the phone recently. Um, and ran it across them. Hey man, we go back, man. Boo, 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 boo. Been knowing these cats for years, man. Years. And we getting to the point to where, man, we gonna handle our crown, man. Of course, dealing with our situation. Of course, y'all know we not just dealing with faux trays. We dealing with the whole faux pack. You got the faux deuces and you got the faux eights. We normally kind of reach out to just the faux trays. I don't know any 4/8s, not one. I couldn't tell you not one name from over there. I don't know them. I've never seen one. I don't know them. I know a handful of faux deuces, man. Some of the prison pictures that I showed y'all, there was some faux deuces on the pictures with me. Know a handful of them, but know a lot of faux trays. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we fire tray and faux tray been right there with each other since the beginning of time, man. Since the beginning of time. How that war started, it never should have started. It never should have happened, but it did. And it's like family, man. You can fall out with somebody in the street and it'd be like, eh. But now you can fall out with a family member, a brother or sister, somebody. You can fall out with a family member and it'd be like world-ending events. And I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why things are like that. When you can make up with people in the street quicker than you can your own family. And at one time, man, fire tray and faux tray was family, man. Was family. I'm talking about, was there. At one time, you go far enough back, couldn't tell us apart sometimes. We used to be up at Carver Junior High School. You didn't know who was who. You just knew them was Crips. Man, when they used to have the Easter parade coming down Central, you didn't know the Bloods. They didn't know who was who. They just knew it was a bunch of Crips over there. Them fire tray and them faux trays. But now, situations happen. It's just like the A-Tray gangsters in the 60s. Man, they was like that at one time. And when they fell out hard. When you fall out with your family, man, you fall out hard, man. I'm talking about real hard. It don't mean we can't bring it back together, though, man. They making some big efforts on that west side to do a little something. You got some people that's bucking against it. But now the same situation on the east side, man. Like I say, with the Avalons and the faux trays. Trying to make a way, man. We trying to make a way. But we firm believers, we got to get things right within our own sections before we can try to get them right with other people. We got to sit down ourselves. We got to talk to our young homies. We got to get in their minds. We got to let them know, man, it's to the point, this thing is crucial. It's to the point now where, young homies be mad that the older homies call peace and they don't want peace. But now, it's to the point now where, it's like grown folks gonna have to learn how to chastise their children. It's to the point now to where if the call is made and the majority and the call is made that peace is gonna be called, and them youngsters that's running around wild, that's bucking the system, feel like they don't want to adhere to the program, then they gonna have to be dealt with, homie. Them youngsters gonna have to be dealt with because, like I say, ain't no one man bigger than the program. So here it is. If you got 200 dudes from your set, and 190 of them are willing to sit down at the round table and cause peace, but you got this 10 over here that's keeping up the BS, then that 10 gonna have to be dealt with in a real way, homie. To the point to where, yeah, they're gonna have to be DP'd and whooped. And if that don't work, then boot them off the set. You know what I'm saying? Go join another set that's still beefing and going crazy. But this set right here, we decided, man, that we not gonna continue the foolishness, that we gonna come together and sit down and talk. And on that east side in them bottles, man, we working on it, man. We working on our differences with the 4 trades, man. So, you know, I'm on my way back to LA because of this. I'm on my way back to LA pretty soon. Because I want to be firsthand involved in it. A lot of my homies been calling, cuz we need you here. We need you to come back, homie. We need you for you to be a part of this. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back and I'm going to be a part of it, homie. I'm going to be a part of the sit-downs, the talks. You know what I'm saying? But now, I do understand where them youngsters coming from. I do understand that they upset because, here it is, older homies that got wives, kids, that got jobs they go to every day. When they get off work, they go home, are stepping up to the plate, calling peace, when you calling peace, but you not even in the war no more. You not on the front line. You ain't taking them field trips in them stolen cars and bussing. You ain't writing on the walls. You ain't getting in no fights at school. You ain't doing none of this. But y'all want to make a call on this peace thing when us, the young homies, the little young homies, we losing our peers. Yeah, I'm 21, I'm 22, 23, but my little homie right here that's 21, 22, 23 that I grew up with, he done got chipped. He done got knocked off, so I'm mad about that. So you old cats calling peace, but y'all ain't the one who just lost a childhood friend. I am. No, it ain't no peace. I ain't calling peace. I'm finna get at these fools and get my get back for my young homie right here that I growed up with. He was my homie, not y'all's. Even though we from the same set, he didn't run with y'all. Y'all didn't know him like I know him. So I understand that coming from the youngsters. I understand that. That's why I say it's an uphill battle, because them same youngsters who think like that, those are the ones we're going to have to get at and sit down and talk to and get in their mind. Yeah, I agree with them. You know what I'm saying? Old heads, a lot of these peace meetings and all these come together, you seeing a bunch of old farts. Fools in their late 40s and 50, late 50s. All right, that's fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, man, no, man. We got to get at these youngsters, homie. It's like when I get back to LA, like I told my homeboys, I say, man, we going to sit down and we going to talk. We're going to have some more meetings. I say the meeting that I'm going to call, the meeting that I want to be a part of, man, I don't want nobody, really for real, I don't want nobody there over 30. I really don't. I want to get in the minds of the ones that's out there in them streets that's active, that's real active, and talk to them, man. You got to bridge that gap. You just can't make all these decisions in this day and age. We might have could have did it like that back in the 1980s. But in this day and age, 2024, 25, can't do it like that, man. Because it's already a rift. It's all, and everybody said they going through the same thing. Young homies don't like the older homies. Older homies tired of the shenanigans of the young homies. So that it's a rift there. And that rift got to be mended, man. It got to be brought back together, homie. And that's what Fire Trey gonna do. We just ain't gonna make no decisions and exclude our young homies, not talk to our young homies. But at the end of the day, whatever decision is gonna be made, man, young homies gonna have to abide by that, whether they like it or not, or go find them another set to claim. It is what it is, was what it was, homie. It is gonna be what it's gonna be, or see, you know. So it's you, and this thing has gone viral, man. I had people calling me from different states, you know, want to know, you know, even out. Let me show you something. I went to one of my partners' house the other day, out here in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. Now he from Birmingham, but he's 6'0", because you know they got a large amount of 60s out here in Alabama. And he been watching it. He's been very invested into it, watching it. And a lot of the other Crip homies out here been watching it, want to see what LA gonna do. Because at the end of the day, man, LA the trendsetters, man. The things that we do, the things that we say, our walk, our talk, our dress, our lingo has spread across the United States, man. So you're right. A lot of people around the United States, they watching to see, man, what Cali gonna do, man? What direction this gonna go? So when I went to the homie the other day, he was like, Tune, man, y'all, they gonna sit down and they gonna do this and that, this and that. And it kind of shocked me because I'm like, dang, he asked me about something I didn't know he knew about. But they watching, man. They watching, y'all. They want to know. They want to know. We set the example, man. We set the tone, man. We the one that turn the heat up or turn the heat off, And people are watching. So, at the end of the day, man, we ain't gonna let a few people who don't want to see us come up out the foolishness that we've been involved in for the last umpteen years hold us back. We gonna push this peace thing, man. We gonna push it forward, man. We gonna push it forward. Like I say, as of right now, you got a lot of people, but we gonna push it forward, man. We gonna push it forward, man. Me, your big partner, man, Cartoon 5-3. And I still represent the gangsters, homie. The Avalon gangsters. I'm out. Peace.
Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie. Ain't nobody gangsta boogie. 4, 2, 1, man. 4, 2, 1, man.